All right, y'all, welcome in. I felt called to do a tonight message. I felt someone in the collective, their energy just pulling on me to go ahead and get a reading out there for some kind of guidance for what's going on in your situation right now. So first of all, let's grab a couple of cards and kind of see what you're going through. And then we're going to jump straight into the guidance. Is there anything that you can tell us, Spirit, about what the collective is going through at this time? Nine of Pentacles, Page of Wands. So you are going through a level up, or you want to level up something in your life. It is self-exploration is what Spirit is saying to me. Self-exploration, absolutely, with Page of Swords on the bottom. This is, looking into something, trying to find some information, waiting on communication to come through. I do feel like you don't really know certainly what you want, or like how to achieve what you want. There's some kind of confusion going on around what you want, about either what it actually is, like moving out of the ego space into that spiritual space about what you want, and being uncertain about your direction forward is what's going on at this time. Okay, so if that sounds like you, stick around and let's get some more information on this and find out what is going on. So first of all, the Four of Swords was laying over here in the reverse. So some of you might not be getting much rest right now, or at the very least, your mind is not getting enough rest, because they also said that some of you might be sleeping more, like even just trying to avoid this energy at this time. So let's jump straight into what is the guidance for them right now, because I really feel like guidance is what I was called to do this message for. So this is the situation. They know they have it in them to be the Nine of Pentacles energy, Spirit. And it's like you're hearing messages from Spirit, but they're not coming through loudly. And you're also not sure about the discernment about, is this just from your head? Because they're giving me the energy of a parrot with this bird here. And the glove, it's like there's some kind of boundaries and barriers. You're not certain if this is coming from your own self-talk, with that Four of Swords being there also, or if it's guidance from Spirit. And it's like you want to be really sure about that as you set out forward with this Page of Wands, because once you set out, it's going to change some things. So what is the guidance? These cards are jumping out, jumping out, jumping out, jumping out. All right, so the Hermit is here in the reverse. Don't pull yourself too far into that hermit hole at this time. We have the Eight of Swords, because it's like they're saying if you pull yourself into that hermit energy of just removing yourself from the world, you're going to be stuck in your own head in this Eight of Swords energy. So be very careful about withdrawing at this time. And also trust your own mind. Trust your wisdom that you have along this journey already, because you are the Queen of Swords. Her hand is out because you do know the direction, and you are going to be telling other people the direction. You already know, but your mind is about to transform with these butterflies on the crown standing out, and the bird again. So there could be a specific bird that you keep seeing over and over again, or a bird to you that symbolizes your spirit team. That might be a specific message for someone. It's like you're worried that you're not going to be successful, but they're like, you're the Queen of Swords. You know what to do. You're calling these clouds in. You're calling this confusion in, because you're not ready. Subconsciously, you're not ready to step forward on whatever this is. They're just channeling strong messages. Also, for someone here, it's like they're bringing through the word religion. So they're letting me know for someone in the collective, it's specifically something that would go against your religious values. Like, for example, maybe you want to be intimate with your partner, but your family doesn't believe in being intimate before marriage. But your lifestyle is different than that, and you want to go ahead and explore that. Okay, there's something here about that. But even if it's not religion, it's like something from a pattern in your past that is holding you back, because you feel tied to it. You feel obligated to something. You feel obligated to keep up pretenses. So again, you're calling in these clouds. Spirit is like, we're not putting these clouds here. You're putting these clouds on your clarity. You are the Queen of Swords. You do know. You know when God is speaking to you. You know when your spiritual team is speaking to you, and you're still receiving that guidance. But you're just sitting on it right now. You're sitting on the truth. You're sitting on top of the truth. So you already have the truth. And whenever you become comfortable in this clarity, whenever you become comfortable labeling whatever this is that you want and being this truest version of yourself, this Nine of Pentacles, then those clouds are immediately going to disappear. You're going to wave them away with your hand and tell them where to go. And I am hearing tell them where to go. So some of you, they're saying, they're giving me the statement, stick it where the sun don't shine, or tell them to go to hell or something like that. Sounds a little crazy, but that's what your spirit team is bringing through. But ultimately what they want you to know with that is like, you're going to get to that place where you're like, you know what, forget you. And it's still going to be in love and light. But you're like, okay, I have to go ahead and be this Nine of Pentacles. I need to explore some things that you haven't explored before. You don't know my journey, so you can't tell me about my journey. I got some things that I need to do, and that's the truth. We're all here on a spiritual journey, and we're all going to have to go different directions, right? So the Two of Swords is in the reverse. This is your guidance. The Five of Pentacles. So don't fall into that lack energy. They're being very clear right now. Don't fall into thinking that you're going to lose people if you step into what it is that you want to do. That's your guidance. And anybody that does, I don't think you're going to lose anybody because of whatever this is that you're thinking about. And that feels very significant to you. Again, with that Queen of Swords, let's bring her out here from the bottom. And the Fool is under there, by the way. So you're going to choose to do this. People are going to celebrate you. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Okay. That's all the energy. All right. There's a lot of energy around this. Yep. I knew that would be there too when you split the deck. The Three of Swords. It's in the reverse. There's nothing to concern yourself with. There's just a lot of energy. And the way they want me to keep going through the tarot deck, it's like you keep going back to the drawing board. You keep trying to figure out, can I do this in a different way where it won't upset people? But that's not the most true version. That's not the most authentic version. It's like you have to make your own recipe. You got to quit trying to follow other people's recipe. It's like, no, there's only one way to do this. There's only one truth. In this moment, you have to step into what the truth is. There's no alternative facts, is what Spirit wanted to say. So this is really what's standing out, is that, you know, these beads are here. It's in Spirit is saying it like you earn a bead every time you do what this person wants you to do. It really feels like family ties, but it could really even just be like holding that frame for other people, right? Like showing up how your friends want you to show up, instead of saying, you know what, I don't feel like showing up like that. And just being afraid to step out of that. Being afraid to not collect another bead for your bracelet. Being afraid to not fit in. Being afraid to step out and stand out, which is another energy that the Nine of Pentacles is already about. So you're not actually doubting anything about what you want or how to move forward. You're more so doubting, you're sitting on it because you're afraid of the outcome. You're afraid of what the people are going to think, which on the bottom of the deck, you have a lot of encouraging cards. The Fool, the Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles, the Five of Cups is the fear, the Page of Cups, the Sun. Why am I naming all those cards? Because Spirit is like, you know what? There's so many good things coming for you right now. If you just step out of your own fear, then you will start to feel better. But we have the Two of Swords. So don't block out your clarity. Don't doubt yourself is the advice from Spirit, because you already know. You already know the answers that you seek, and you're meant to stand out. You're meant to shine with the Nine of Pentacles here. The yellow is here, the solar plexus chakra. They said sacral as well, but solar plexus, establishing your self-esteem more in this season, starting to see yourself in a new light. Also, not blocking out the truth of your emotions. Some of you might be minimizing your own emotions, like saying you'll be okay if you don't get to go on this journey. You'll be okay if you don't get to take this trip, if you don't get to have that experience. And Spirit is saying, yeah, you'll be okay, but do you want to be okay, or do you want to be the Nine of Pentacles? Do you want to be less, or do you want to be more of yourself? Do you want to be somewhat of yourself, or do you want to be the full, true, authentic version of yourself, which is actually going to attract all the people and all the things that you're worried that you're going to lose? Some of you might be worried that you're going to lose money. For example, maybe you want to start a podcast, but you are afraid that it'll get back to your current 9-to-5 job and they won't accept it. Okay. Always use your own discernment when you're in a tarot reading, so don't do something crazy because a tarot reader said so. But it's that kind of an energy that's coming up. You'll have to find your direction that's right for you. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. So the advice also is to kind of start exploring this in a small way, maybe, to allow yourself to get more comfortable instead of being like the fool and just jumping straight off the cliff. You know, celebrate the little steps that you can take right now to move yourself in the direction that you want to move in. All right, but you know more than you're letting on with this Queen of Swords energy. Absolutely. Okay, let's get some, I want to get one self-care card. Really more so just as a confirmation that this is your reading. Like if you've been feeling like doing this or like you've been needing to do this, you know, a confirmation to do it and a confirmation that this is your reading. Okay. Build strength. I love that that came out. Movement on the bottom. Some of you might find yourself moving a lot even while you're watching this video, like kind of getting excited, energy roaring up in you. Excited because you know that you're supposed to be that Nine of Pentacles. So this is like that confirmation that you might be moving around, like wiggling in your seat or jumping up and down even. Getting excited that Spirit is giving you this message telling you like, you know, and you know you need to move forward on this path. And you're not going to lose anybody or anything that you think that you're going to lose. And the other message when that comes through is always that if something does shed away, it's because it's supposed to. It's because it belongs to an old version of you. It's because it's not ready to update and come along with you, whether that be a person, place, or thing, okay? But you're always going to have exactly what you need, when you need it, where you need it, how you need it, because that's God. That's abundance. All right, so some of you might have been feeling the need to cleanse yourself spiritually. Cleansing your environment to build the strength of yourself. We talked about building that self-esteem. That's what's coming out, building yourself into this Nine of Pentacles. But the message that's coming off of this card is that you may have been feeling like you need to cleanse yourself spiritually at this time by, some people like to take salt baths or go out and sit in the grass, connect with nature. Maybe you like to write to cleanse your spiritual energy, going to church, praying, whatever it is that works for you. But it's like a detox. You might need to detox certain food from your life or certain people, and you're like, oh, I just need a break from talking to these people. It's too confusing. So detoxing your spiritual self, detoxing so that your third eye can speak to you and awaken to you. Because again, remember we had the message about your spirit team is talking to you, but you're not having the discernment about, is this just in your head or is this your spiritual team? And the bird kept coming through. The bird up here, it's like quietly, it's far away right now. It's in the distance. So what you're feeling like you need to do for self-care is quiet out the outside world, all these other people, places, and things, all these other thoughts and information input, because you need to get into alignment with what actually is your intuition. And let's see, how can you do that? Let's go ahead and get a couple more of these self-care cards. How can the collective help themselves and support themselves in this process right now? So family, for some of you, there's one person in your family that you know you could talk to about this because they're more open than everybody else is. Like they're very accepting. They're very accepting. They're very open. They're very much love you no matter what. They have a more expanded consciousness than other people. And if this is resonating with you, then this person is even more accepting than what you know. They have an even more expanded consciousness than what you know. They might say like, oh, I wanted to do that too. I thought about that too. I've had those questions as well. So really being able to see your viewpoint more. Family, I also heard a self-hug. So literally some of you might need to just take a few moments to hug yourself. Flow like water. Yeah, that's like that salt bath energy coming up again. Whatever you believe in, whatever practices you like. I'm also hearing dive deep. So diving deeper into your emotions, because there is a lot of energy about getting honest with yourself, because you're sitting on the answer and you're sitting on the clarity. So diving deep, anything that would help you to feel safer emotionally at this time, to get acquainted with your true emotions, is what would be helpful for you. For some of you, you might have seashells that you collect, or something here to do with the beach, the ocean. Maybe ocean sounds are something that helps you sleep, or something that helps you to zone out, like a white noise to clear your mind, like the sound machine is what Spirit is showing. Okay, and then we'll take this card as well. Yeah, look for fairies. So there's quiet intuition and energy and communications around you at this time. But you got to get into this energy to clear all the other stuff so that you can hear what Spirit is trying to tell you, like through this reading. So 5, the number of change is definitely standing out. You might be wanting to change the color of your nails, wanting to change your hair at this time. It might be something that you normally do, but you're like, oh dang, I'm late to getting to that. I haven't been keeping up with that. So Spirit giving you confirmation to keep up with that. Beauty ritual. I'm hearing ritually see your beauty. It is also bringing me back to this though, with the ritual and the religion. So Spirit is saying, find beauty in the rituals that work for you. Only do something if it's true for you. You know, go to church if it means something to you, but not if it only means something to your mother or your grandmother, because that's disingenuous and it's not helping anybody. Okay? Interesting message coming through. And you know, that can also be just a straightforward energy of beauty ritual. Is there anything else that you would like to say to them, Spirit, from this other deck? I feel like we should get a couple cards out here. Yes, the stars. So that's absolutely the energy that you're moving into. When you can get into the beauty ritual and these other steps that we talked about to take care of yourself, you're going to start to feel like the star. Now they're bringing through this message. What does a star do? Like a celebrity, a high up person, someone who is considered a celebrity, right? We think of them as someone who's going to put themselves first, someone who's going to get the star treatment is what we want to say. And also they're bringing through that main character energy. I heard main female though, right? But you could be the main masculine, whatever. But you're putting yourself in that main character energy moving forward. And the self-care is going to help you to do that. The Wheel of Fortune. It's time. This is your destiny. The wheel is turning in your favor. I heard everything must change. Everything must change. Let me know if this is resonating with you. Leave me a message. Hit the like button so other people see it. I like to know if it's resonating with y'all. Because if not, you're just a reader out here putting messages out in the world. Yeah, you want to know, is it resonating with someone? All right, Ace of Wands, King of Pentacles. I do feel like there could be a relationship change for someone here. This is random, but this is what's coming up, a relationship change. You might be feeling like you're just lacking passion with the masculine partner that's in your life at this time. And it's like they're giving you some good things, but it's not exactly what you want. So for you, if it is a relationship, change may be coming up in that as well. For some of you, it also could be a change again with the way that you make money. We touched on starting that podcast, but it might rub your 9 to 5 the wrong way and force you to make a move, kind of a situation. But if you feel like things are being quote unquote forced to move, always take care of yourself and use your discernment. But Spirit a lot of times will kind of force stuff or push stuff when we're not doing what we need to do to get us to the right spot. Basically, they're trying to push you to happiness. Is there any messages out of this deck for the collective? We're going to take a few of these. Are there any messages that the collective needs to know? This look at that. You see, that's the Queen of Swords energy again, right? Warrior spirit. Yeah. So if you're a warrior spirit, you're brave. You have the courage to do this. I feel that one as well. Okay, jump in. Jump in and look at this. I want you to see this bird is on the bottom again. So some of you are going to be getting information by the next full moon cycle. Not the next full moon, but the next full moon cycle. So whatever day that you watch this, look up where's the moon right now. And when it reaches that exact part of the next cycle, you're going to have more information that came in. Your spirit team is there watching over you and talking up and talking to you, but you have to open up to receive those messages again. That's what we've been talking about the whole time here. I want to grab a couple of these cards also for the wrap up, and I'm going to draw them first before we discuss those other cards. What's going on with the collective? I think these are going to show us what you can look forward to if you follow this advice. I always like to focus on what can you look forward to, because, you know, that helps you to draw yourself forward. Generosity. I feel like be generous with yourself in this time if you need to take care of yourself. And I feel like someone, again, this card is really, it's speaking. Someone wants to be more generous with their love than what you understand. Someone wants to be more generous with their understanding than what you said. Someone really wants to listen to you and hear you out, okay? Take that message how you will, but it's coming through really strongly. So don't just forget it. Take it, okay? If it's for you. So we have transform, rise above any situation, and become the best version of you. I think that's what we opened the reading with, my friends. I think that's what we're pointing to, okay? There's the butterfly again. We had the butterflies pointed out on the Queen of Swords crown. It's transformation time. Transformation is usually pretty uncomfortable, right? If you're hanging on to the old, again, if you're hanging on to the old rituals, to the old expectations that people have of you, to the old version of yourself, you're worried if you don't show up in that old version of yourself, what will everyone do? You know what they'll do? The people that love you the most, that are meant for you on this journey as you continue forward, they're going to hug you. They're going to receive you. They're going to be there for you. They're going to honor you as the newest version of yourself. They'll just show up. It doesn't even have to be a big deal. It's crazy how the world will move for you when you are just in alignment with the universe and just accepting yourself, because God always wants you to be your truest version of yourself. That's why God designed you to be who you are, because God wants to see you be your truest version of yourself. Oh my goodness. Strong message. So you got to let me know if it's resonating for you. Okay. Thank you so much for doing that. 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles. You're going to become the best version of yourself. This is the beginnings. Don't be afraid to start small. Do you remember that we talked about that when those other cards came out there with the Page of Pentacles, that the advice, the guidance from Spirit was starting with some small step that you can take to start embodying this new version of yourself? And look, the Warrior Spirit came out and the Queen of Swords. I told you, you have the courage, you have the bravery. Your spirit team is repeating itself, because these aren't just repeated messages like, oh, the tarot reader doesn't have anything to say. No, this is spirit coming through, because what do we know about your ego? That it needs to be repeated to believe. Your ego needs me to repeat this in order for you to believe this. Like we already said, this card came out, you got the courage to do it, but you're like, I don't know. You're biting your nails. I don't know. Do I really? Is that really what it said? Is that really what she meant? Is that really what the card said? Yep. When picking roses, don't fear the thorns. Okay, so you're picking roses. You're giving yourself the flowers. So this is something that you're already excited about. You already like this. You already experiment with this in your private time on your own. Like you're giving yourself your flowers, like saying that you're talented at that, or you should do something with that, or you would like to spend more time exploring whatever this is. You're giving yourself your flowers, and you want to build your bouquet. But when you're picking those roses, don't fear the thorns. They're also bringing through a message, that, roses have their thorns, but they're so pretty. They smell so well that people still want to go over there and pick them, even though they know there's thorns. But if it was something ugly, then people would be like, oh, there's thorns, forget that, not going over there. But these are roses, so they're beautiful. And they smell good. It's attractive. It's drawing you into it. You need more. Their petals are soft. You want to touch them. There's colors. There's varieties. So you say, well, I know there's thorns, but I'll just be careful. I'll just put on some gloves, right? You're protected. And I'm going to go pick that rose anyway. because I have the courage. I'm going to go pick that rose anyway because I want that rose. Okay? I love these messages that are coming through. I love these messages that are coming through. Let's look at these and we're wrapping up the reading, okay? So I hope this is helpful for you. Warrior spirit, relentless commitment to challenges, approaches life as a personal battle, here to master your forceful nature. So some of you could be very strong-willed, but are you using your strong will to hold you in places that you don't want to be in? To hold other people's frame? Or are you using your strong will to move yourself forward? Yeah, they're bringing through a lot of visuals, a lot of messages with that. They're showing like a whole heroic family, if you will. Like if you were looking like at a family of mythological people, okay? And it's like they're all powerful, so you're supposed to follow in this power and in their footsteps because they've done amazing things. But you're meant to do amazing things. And you might be feeling small right now, but it's like, don't despise the day of small beginnings because your journey is going to be amazing, but you got to start here. All right, we have abundance. So you're going to be stepping into abundance. I feel like you have an abundance of energy to want to move in this direction at this time. You can also see she has it's like a little mist or a light coming up. These are the divine downloads. You could be really feeling expanded in your third eye at this time. Or again, going back to that self-care, you're going to build your strength in that area and start trusting it so much that you move on it instead of staying stuck in those old patterns. 5:16 on the clock right now, and I feel like that's significant to someone, but it's also like the number of change with the 5 and the 16 with the tower. So it's like, come on, change, let it fall away, move so you can get on. Strategy and planning, it's okay to take a little bit of time to strategize and plan if that's something that's going to make you feel more comfortable. Spirit again is also giving you those downloads of strategies and plans to help yourself move forward. But ultimately, you're going to have to jump in, and I see choice. It is your choice. It is your choice, but the energy flowing here is saying that you are going to jump into whatever this is. So it's really more so about you getting comfortable with yourself, you clearing your energy to be able to hear the insight that spirit is already talking to you that you hear in the background. But you're going to turn up the volume on that by turning the volume down on everything else. And you're in this Queen of Wands energy, so you already know. It's just when you say go. All right, I'm going to leave you right there, and I'll see you in another video.